Hey, what's up? This is Drake here. I was coming back with another First Descendant video. I jumped back on First Descendant a little late, I guess, in the new season update to check out the new content. Honestly, I just kind of got bored with every other game that was out. The new Night Rain mode's kind of hard to play with randoms just because you lose more progress than you gain. So I jumped back on here with my daughter and put together a Serena build, and I found a pretty cool interaction with her trigger modules that I hadn't seen anybody post about before. So I thought I'd go over it right quick. Now, I thought about doing a back to guide because when I jumped back in, like I played it a lot before and then quit for a while. Jumped back in, it was pretty overwhelming, the amount of stuff they'd added. But, it makes sense pretty quickly. But as far as Serena goes, on this particular build, mobbing build, we are utilizing her Transcendent Divine Surge to transform her fourth into as you can see, she just basically turned into a bomb. But it does a whole lot of damage. You can see the skill power times 5,743% on landing, and the collision does skill power times 1,198, and it puts down a continuous dot damage too with a couple different sources. The dot isn't that high, but the interaction I found is with Battering Ram. Battering Ram is Transcendent mod, and I've only got the one, but it says on dealing damage with a clash type skill, it causes an earthquake. Now, I don't know if this is bugged or not, but it does not function how the readout says. I got a pretty decent one because the cooldowns can roll at 2.4 seconds. That could be a little better, but not a lot better. Doesn't seem that the damage scales or can roll just a cooldown on it, but does a continuous damage of skill power times 376%. And damage intervals of 1 second, and duration is 3 seconds. Okay, the duration is what seems a little bugged to me. And it's got taunt down here, which duration is 5 seconds. I don't know. But you can see like the damage readout on the side over here. The ETC is damage specifically from trigger mods, so that won't show up. And alright, we'll summon in some max level guys here at 260. And we'll do 9 of them. Now this skill hits really hard anyway, but check out the damage on this. As you can see it over there to the side, we did 12 million with our skill, of course, because we hit a group. But look at the additional damage readout. So, like I said, I don't understand why it keeps going. It says duration is 3 seconds. But the ETC damage is now 14 million. By equipping this Battering Ram mod, it officially it's over a double damage for this skill, and it procs every time. Now when they get scattered out from me hitting them, it does a little less. But it procs every 2.5 seconds that you cast this skill. This hits as an additional, as you can see, our skill's done 28 million. Our ETC damage is basically duplicating it. It's the biggest single mod damage increase to any skill I've seen in the game so far, and it's just, I don't know if it's bugged. It's hitting way longer than 3 seconds, and it is doing way more damage than the readout says. But yeah, it is effectively doubling your damage output while mobbing with Serena. So, Serena is really single target damage. So I'll show that in a second. I was going to kind of do a little complete guide. But she does like a ludicrous amount of single target damage. But with this particular mod interaction, it actually makes her a very, very decent mobbing character too. And I'll show the modules right quick. Now, I kind of like Serena because like without this, with the other setup I'll show in a second, like the more HP you pump, the more damage you do. So she's just... by playing her tanky, you also get the best bang for your buck too. But like I said, we're running Divine Surge, and on this, it's basically pretty simple. Always run HP and defense. I got a second HP mod because, like I said, more HP just equals more damage on Serena. I always run HP Collector on my mobbing build just because it kind of gives me a little comfort. But with this star slot here, you could easily just swap that out for Decimator if you wanted to, if you felt comfortable running. But I did a level 10 Void Purge earlier with her solo. Super comfy. She wasn't the fastest, but she did clear it in 10 minutes with like 1.4 billion damage using this setup. And if you've played it, you know they take like trap firearm damage. You want to depend mainly on your skills. So she's really, really strong. But I just stuck in fire amplification because she has a sucky crit rate anyway, so might as well go on here. Focus on singular for a little bit more cooldown, MP conversion for maximum cooldown, and skill expansion because you want more skill expansion, more cooldown, and power increase because she's got a super high modifier, so she just likes that. Now, I haven't upgraded my reactor because honestly, I just put this build together. I didn't realize how good it was going to be. So if you upgraded your reactor, you could get another flat 10% out of this. And if you had something with like more skill cooldown and on the secondary, it would be a bit better. As far as external components, I'm just running all HP. And I've got some pretty decent rolls. Nothing real crazy on the extra stuff that you add in, but all just HP and defense, HP and defense, HP and defense. And it nets you out at a comfy 38,738 HP and 87,000 defense. So not only are you dishing out really, really good damage with this setup, but you are super, super tanky. And what I really like about HP Collector is it does 9% every 2 seconds. So with a huge HP pool, that 9% is really quite a lot. You know, if it was 10%, it would be 3,800 HP that you're regening every 2 seconds as you're mobbing with this character. That is just such a comfy survivability build. But yeah, I was gonna go over that. Try not to keep the video too long because I don't really know how many people's playing First Descendant. I enjoy it and the content is good. I like the grind of it, and it's just something I play when I'm in between games. Like me and my daughter like to farm up new characters. Whoop, I didn't mean to do that. Alright, other thing is bossing build. I haven't labeled these yet. Now, I can't take credit for this. I kind of just copied and pasted this off of the internet. I did change it a little bit, but her single target bossing damage is, that's very glitchy. Why is that like that? Okay, there it goes. But yeah, her single target damage is so crazy because of her Redemption's Judgment here, which is once you are in the air and you pop this fourth ability, as you can see, when it's in midair, it grants Redemption's Judgment. You want to be in the air, not on the ground. But it gives you an additional firearm attack damage based on 0.8% of your max HP up to 312%. I did the math on it. 39,000 HP is exactly 312%. So with this particular setup, I mean, we're setting right, we're like 200 shy of 39,000, so almost perfect on the max damage. And I mean, it all just kind of stacks for mid-air stuff. Like when you're mid-air, you get more multi-hit chance and multi-hit damage for being in air with your floaty skill active. When you do this, when you get basically unlimited ammo regen. And you want to be running the Ancient Knight for, and I got some pretty good rolls on this gun on the secondary shield, so I'm not gonna lie. But I'll just show that right quick. I kind of like just beating up on Devour for this. Oh, as far as RK, I forgot to show RK. On the skill build, I'm just kind of rocking this. And what we wind up with is over here to the side, just skill power and went more HP. You probably could drop the HP and just pick up some more skill power. It would be cool because you're super tanky anyway. And like I said, with HP Collector, you're not really hungry for, you know, not really dangerous survivability at any point for any time. But this kind of wind up with. But setting 2, I went full bossing for like full HP and full multi-hit damage. And this route, as you can see, the stuff we've got over here. So this is bossing, and it really doesn't matter on reactor on bossing. I have, let's see, where is it? Yeah, I have this one. It's just cooldown. Basically, the reason I stuck it on there is just because cooldown, and yeah, I haven't upgraded it at all. But kind of what you want to do, if you haven't played Serena, as you can see, he's down to 0. We're going to hit this, then we'll pop our second, and then we'll jump, pop our fourth, and then aim for a weak point. Dodge forward, and it automatically reloads. we'll stop there. And as you can see, that's 643 million damage that we just pumped out to this boss in, what, under a minute? 30 seconds or so. And I wasn't even playing it all that great. You want to hit weak point. But yeah, like, I think possibly she could be one of probably my favorite descendant in the game, just because, like, with the discovery of the battering ram mod, she becomes almost like I run the same level 10 void with her, and then when my completely kitted out Freyna, she did it in 10 minutes, Freyna did it in 8. So she is competitive with even Freyna, which is, I would argue, one of the best mobbing characters in the game. Maybe sort of like a souped up Luna or something. And also she has the capability of doing that much single target damage just by swapping over a couple of things. Yeah, that is like super crazy amounts of damage. Yeah, here's the gun layout. Like I said, I can't claim credit for this. I just kind of copy and pasted it from the internet. The only thing, like, you can get more. I'm not so 100% sure about this one, but I'll show that in a second. I'm running the him mod, and it's when granting a buff or using a recover skill on allies, multi-hit damage plus 16.8% for 16 seconds up to 5 stacks. So when you're running this in like Wall Crasher, and what it does is every time you're doing your little in the air jump thing, when you leave the ground, it creates a zone and increases jump of allies. So when they walk through it, you're giving them a buff. You also buff yourself with this, so I think that counts. And when in midair, temporarily increases movement speed of nearby allies, increases maximum movement distance. This also counts. So if there's allies within range, when you're doing your in-air reload, you're buffing, so you're activating that extra damage. So it would be even more in multiplayer, you know, from the damage that we just did, because you would be buffing your allies if they're within range. I'm not really sure what the range is. I mean, I don't think it's like fantastic on it. Like, they would probably have to be really, really close for it to even work. But anyway, and also like running Arc Elite, like I said, I just copied and pasted this kind of, but this is the best one I've got, and mainly just because of the skill cost reduction. Like, when you're using in continuous damage, which your fourth is continuous damage, you just get a flat 17% damage reduction, cost reduction, and you get a MP recovery of 4% per skill use. So it just kind of helps, because she is super MP hungry. Without this mod on, you can't stay in the air half as long as what I just did. It will honestly cut your damage output in half by not running RK League on her, and I would need to get a better roll. It's just the best one I've got so far. But yeah, I just thought I would go over that right quick. I found that pretty cool interaction on the first mod, the battering ram. Like, I don't know if it's glitching. I don't think it's supposed to function that way, but the amount of additional damage output that it's adding to this build is absolute crazy. It takes her from being an okay mobber to being a really, really decent mobber. Like I said, she's keeping up with my Freyna pretty close, especially on stuff like void erosion purges or axion planes, where the enemies are just so tightly clustered together. You can just, you know, multi-million damage burst them down in just a few seconds. Let's see, like, I don't think I forgot anything. I'm not running any particular set, but yeah, that's just basically it in a nutshell. I thought about going over like a basic come back into the game thing. The new event's almost over. I think it's got like 20 something days left, but it does give you a lot of free materials if you join in now. But like I said, like the video, give it a thumbs up. If I missed anything, you want to know anything, leave it in the comments. I mean, if you'd like to see a guide video breakdown, drop it in the comments. I thought about doing one, but I think like I'm a little late to the game on this one. But anyway, if you'd like to comment, drop a sub, and as always, thanks for watching.